a wizard, Harry.
Hey, welcome back to episode 6 of In the Man Cave. Alright, it's been a long time since we've seen you guys. It's been like 2 days. Holy crap. So, we're going to roll out another episode. Shane, how you doing tonight?
I am feeling magical tonight.
Magical. Well, let's see where that takes us.
Well, speaking of magical, I have the ultimate Harry Potter tag out.
That was the best segue ever.
Yeah, because we're not going to have an opening because we're going to talk way too much about Harry Potter tonight. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, you're in luck.
All right, here we go.
So I'm just going to
jump right in.
Yeah, number 1, favorite book.
Okay. Harry Potter and this is between the Goblet of Fire and the Order of the Phoenix. I like the Goblet of Fire because of Harry's coming to understanding of the shit he's about to get in, and it kind of like really just starts the realness of how important Voldemort is. But I really like Order of the Phoenix because it shows how he's dealing with the shit. So, I don't know, man. I'm going to say Order of the Phoenix. How about you?
Okay, good. So I'm going to say Goblet of Fire. So it balances out.
Works out.
Okay. Next one is least favorite book.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Chamber of Secrets. That one was a little too slow for me.
Yeah, I think I would say Chamber too.
It's just
because
it's very
nothing.
important.
I mean, something got accomplished, but nothing really got accomplished.
Yeah, it's a very important story because it kind of sets up the whole Horcrux thing, and it introduces us to Dobby, like one of the coolest characters ever. But it's really, I don't know. It just, yeah. Next question.
Favorite movie?
See, that's a tough one because the Harry Potter movies suck. I would say, compared to the books, I would say probably, Sorcerer's Stone. It just, Christopher Columbus really did Chris Columbus, not Christopher Columbus. Chris Columbus really did a pretty good job, comparatively, at making the movies a lot like the books. Because, I don't know, it's just a lot of things are very close to the books. How about you? Like in that movie, sorry.
Yes, I think the first one, just because I like that Dumbledore better.
Yeah.
Not saying the second Dumbledore sucked, but the first one is what I pictured in my head reading the books.
Yeah.
And you can't really replace that. Like, it's just, seeing it when I was, like 11, I think, when it came out. I don't know what I was. Yeah, I was in like 5th grade, so like 10 or 11. Like, it was just magical to see it on my TV, like some of the stuff they were doing.
Yeah, and like, I really like Michael Gambon as Dumbledore. It was really good, but what I cannot stand was in the 4th book. That when they're in the room off of the Great Hall, Dumbledore says, "Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?" Calmly, but in the movie, he's like, it's like, dude, calm the fuck down.
I was just talking about this today at work.
It's like, dude, like, calm down, man. And like British people in their movies, they talk so fucking fast, you can't understand what the hell they're saying. And that's just a British thing. And so, like, if you don't know what he's like getting at, you just hear, "Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?" Like, no. Like, let's see if we can pull that clip while we're on this subject. There we go. Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Okay. Here, right here.
Hurry, you put your name in the goblet of fire. Hurry, you put your name in the goblet of fire. Hurry, you put your name in the goblet of fire.
I did it like multiple times, but yeah, that's like no. Okay, next question.
Okay, as before, least favorite movie.
Prisoner of Azkaban fucking sucked.
Same.
Like,
everyone loves that movie, and I hate it.
It fucking sucks. The fucking, I don't know his name, Alfonso, whatever his name is, he did a horrible, horrible job at this movie. It was too dark. Like, the theme was way too dark for the book. The book was pretty lighthearted, actually, because it was the only book not to have Voldemort in it. Let's see. The whole fucking thing about when freaking Professor Lupin comes in there and Sirius and him explain to Harry exactly what happened, how they created the Marauders map, everything, instead of just coming in and be like, oh my god, I love you, and then, oh my god, it's Peter Pettigrew. Like, they just jumped around too fucking much. I hate that so much. So much. Anyway.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's just everyone loves that movie. Kind of think it's probably the same people who love Nightmare Before Christmas. I just think that they're so cool because I like that kind of style of movie, and I just would rather have nothing to do with it.
Sure.
Not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just people go way too far for that. It's you know, you can like something without shoving it down someone's throat.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Candidly,
favorite quote.
Favorite quote from the whole series?
Oh, sorry.
Would be
the whole series.
I have multiple, really. I have the ones that are serious, like when Dumbledore is when Harry is taken by the fake Moody and he is asking him exactly what happened in the graveyard. Dumbledore comes bursting in and stuns him. And McGonagall was like, we need to take him to the hospital wing. He's like, no, he needs to understand what he's been through. Understanding is the first step to acceptance. Like I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was just like such an agitated, strong situation. But Dumbledore was just bursting with wisdom. Or at the end when Harry is with him in King's Cross in his head, where both of those really where he was like, is this real or is this happening in my head? He goes, of course this is happening in your head, but who's to say that it's not real? And then when he says, don't pity the dead, pity the living, and most of all, those who live without love. That was a good one. But I think, ultimately, though, my all-time favorite quote was in The Half-Blood Prince, when they're in the first Defense Against the Dark Arts class, and Snape is making them do nonverbal spells, and he was making them say, yes, sir, or no, sir, or whatever. Harry says, yes, and he goes, yes, sir. And Harry goes, there's no need to call me sir, Professor. I love that. That's so awesome.
So, do you have this tag pulled up as well?
Do I have what?
Do you have the tag pulled up as well where I'm getting all the questions?
No, I don't.
Because, favorite quote. Do you remember me telling you... Yeah, you just... Same quote, basically. I can't read that first line, but yes, sir. No need to call me sir, Professor. I don't know. I think my favorite quote, I think just because it's like one of the memorable ones, it's just Draco anytime he says, my father will hear about this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, everyone goes to, like, not my daughter, you bitch.
Yeah, I love that one, though.
Those in the dark need to turn on a light or whatever. In the darkest of time, there's always a light.
Yeah.
All the go-to Harry Potter quotes that everyone uses.
Sure. You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah. Okay, next question. Favorite Weasley?
Oh, Mr. Weasley.
Mr. Weasley? I'm going to say Book Ginny.
Yeah, Book Ginny was amazing. Movie Ginny was
she was awesome. Movie Ginny was kind of a wet rag, but Book Ginny was just awesome, and they kind of ruined her. But
Movie Ginny was just like,
I'm here to make out with boys and be with Harry Potter.
Basically, yeah. Book Ginny was fucking hilarious.
Favorite female character?
Oh, man. That's a toughie. Hermione comes to mind. Tonks comes to mind. No, not Tonks. Mrs. Weasley.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you answer first?
Oh, man. I mean, sticking with our last one, Ginny, I guess, just because...
Really?
Maybe not Hero, probably Hermione, just because, we spend the most time with her.
Yeah.
So,
we know
Hermione
the most.
You're going to enjoy the character that you spend the most time with, hopefully.
I love Hermione. Hermione, okay. This is going to be a little, okay. But, when I would, read the books or listen to the audiobooks, I had the biggest crush on book Hermione. And I would, lay there and, because I used to have really bad anger problems, I would beat the shit out of kids if they made fun of me, that kind of person. This is when I was in elementary school. I got out of it in high school. But, I would lay there and think, what would Hermione want me to do? That kind of shit. I was a lonely little boy, man. And, still when I listen to because I listen to the audiobooks a lot at work, and, I think, I still, I don't think like that, but I remember that, and it kind of makes me happy, Kind of makes me think, at least I dealt with it in a positive way instead of, furiously masturbating or drinking a bunch of booze when my parents weren't looking or something stupid like that. But I guess, Hermione or maybe Professor McGonagall, she was pretty badass.
Yeah.
Definitely not that bitch Umbridge, that's for sure.
Well, speaking of Umbridge, favorite villain?
Oh, well, no, fuck Umbridge. Fuck her of all, no. He's not really a villain, but people are going to count him as a villain. I'm going to say Snape.
I'm just going to say the one you didn't want, Umbridge.
Really?
I'm not saying I like her. I'm not saying I like her at all.
She's the evilest.
But she was the best villain.
Yeah, she was worse than Voldemort, for sure. She really was.
I mean, and she could be a real person. She could be a person doing that to school districts. So, I'm not saying I'm going to hang out with her and all her cats, but she was a good villain, and you need a good villain in a story.
Yeah, and someone coming in from the government running shit that was fine for centuries. Yeah, fuck that dude. No, she's a good villain. Okay, next one.
Favorite male character?
Harry, or Dumbledore. Harry or Dumbledore.
Mine's Draco or Neville.
Really? What? Why? Draco? Those are the two most non-going together characters of the whole series.
I don't know. I think Neville just because not how he was trained in the movie, but the character in the movie, how he was all shy and he
turned into
he was like that in the books too. But I feel that's kind of what I was like. I was very shy in elementary school. Yeah. I didn't want to talk to anybody. So seeing that, and I always liked Draco. Never had a reason why. I just always did.
Well, okay. Can't fault you for that one. There's a theory out there that says that Neville started really getting good in book 6 and book 7, and that's because he had his dad's old wand for the first 5 books, and it got destroyed there at the Ministry. And because he wasn't able to use his full abilities, and that's why he was always lackluster, why he didn't have confidence.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's plausible, yeah. Makes total sense.
Favorite professor?
Oh, well, Slughorn. Man, I fucking love Slughorn, man. He's such a dick. He's so pompous and, cocky. I love him.
I would have to go with McGonagall. The only thing I don't like about that character is in the second Deathly Hallows, where she makes the people come to life.
Yeah.
And when she goes, I always wanted to use that spell. I don't know, that always rubbed me the wrong way.
Really?
For whatever reason. Everything else I loved about her. But just that line, I was just I don't know, I didn't see it. But
it kind of takes away from the severity of the situation, but at the same time, picture McGonagall being this hard ass, can't get anything by her teacher, and she makes them come to life, and she's like, I've always wanted to use that spell. Like, I don't know, it's just, it cracks me up every time. So I guess I just have the opposite feeling that you do.
Okay, this is a more hypothetical one. Would you rather wash Snape's hair or spend a day listening to Lockhart rant about himself?
Wash Snape's hair. I used to work at a dog kennel and I groom dogs for a living. I've seen some serious shit, so that greasy hair wouldn't really bother me.
Yeah. And this person's saying too, it would probably take 5 minutes to wash your hair, whereas you're going to spend the whole day listening to how great he is and what he didn't do.
How much of a great, obliviator he is.
Okay, would you rather duel an elated Bellatrix or an angry Molly?
Ooh. Neither one. I guess a pissed off Mrs. Weasley. I think that'd be more of a challenge.
Yeah, I'd probably, because they said Bellatrix. Because have you seen the last time Molly was angry?
Yeah.
I'd probably pick Bellatrix just because I probably wouldn't be able to go against Molly.
Yeah.
Okay, this is another I think all hypotheticals now. I'm not sure. How would you rather travel to Hogwarts? The Hogwarts Express or a flying car?
Oh, the Hogwarts Express. Easy.
Yeah, because you want to be with your friends and all that.
Yeah.
And chocolate frogs and all that other stuff. Good goodies. I can't even say that word. Okay, would you rather kiss Voldemort or give Umbridge a bubble bath?
What the fuck? Man, kiss Voldemort. Is it like a peck on the lips or cheek, or is it like full on like?
We'll just say lips, just so it's like.
Just like a quick like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Not like make out, like just a quick kiss.
I'm not gay, but at the same time, I don't want to see a wrinkly old, plump, toad-looking lady naked. I guess give Umbridge a bath, whatever.
Voldemort, just because it'd be quick and easy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Would you rather ride a hippogriff or ride a firebolt?
Oh. Hippogriff because it'd be more stable.
I'd say firebolt. I don't know why, just because it'd be fun, I guess.
Yeah, they make it up to be a lot cooler than they did the hippogriff, so I can see that.
Is there a character you felt differently about in the movies?
Like I liked him in the book, but not so much in the movie, or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Voldemort, because he was this. I mean, he was an asshole, but he was this badass. Just didn't give a shit. But in the movies, he was very, very calm. And Harry Potter, I'm going to kill you. But like in the book, he was very like, he was hardcore, man.
Okay. So my answer for the character I felt differently about in the movies is what this person said, what we said earlier, Ginny, because in the book she was really awesome and fierce, but in the film she felt like two-dimensional and fake.
Yeah, for real.
And I just read that girl's answer just because, or person's answer, I'm not sure if it's a male or female, but it was just perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a movie you prefer to the books?
No. No, I don't, no. There's not.
Yeah, same, just because the books have so much more. They have peeves, they have...
Oh, yeah, Peeves.
Others...
Like, people who've never read the books and seen the movies know nothing about Peeves.
And it's just, like other things that they can't add to the movie that she can add in the book. No problem.
Right.
We already kind of covered this. Richard Harris or Michael Gambon as Dumbledore?
Richard Harris.
Yes, Richard Harris. Your top thing, person or event, that wasn't in the movie that you wanted to be there the most?
Ludo Bagman. Remember him? In the fourth one?
Yes.
Yeah, like he was betting on Harry to win the whole time. That's why he was trying to help him out, and he was just very bubbly and buoyant, and that would have been awesome to see in the movies.
And I'm just gonna go with this one because I forgot about it, and it does make sense. But it's the part in Deathly Hallows where Dudley tells Harry that it wasn't a waste of space. Everything was in the films. That was the one thing I was most mad about.
Yeah, that would have been awesome to see.
Next one is, if you could remake any of the Harry Potter movies, what would it be?
All of them, the whole series.
Just because of what we said earlier, probably Prison of Azkaban. Just
Yeah, if it would have been one, definitely that one.
Okay. Which house was your first gut feeling you'd be a part of?
Gryffindor.
See, I think I was more of a Ravenclaw kid growing up.
Really? Yeah,
Yes.
I always thought like I think I'm a Gryffindor. Every test I've ever taken, I've always been a Gryffindor.
Do you go out seeking Gryffindor answers, or do you just answer honestly?
I answer honestly. I do.
Because I like that favorite, the not the meme, but it was like every Harry Potter sorting character or sorting question, and the answers are like, "I'm brave. I'm really smart. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a snake."
Yeah.
Okay, so which house were you actually sorted into on Pottermore?
Gryffindor.
See, I was Slytherin, and after reading the description, I'm definitely Slytherin.
Well, there you go.
Which class would be your favorite?
Defense Against the Dark Arts. Yeah, it'd definitely be that one. Although potions might be cool because I always loved chemistry when I was in school.
Yeah, I'd say potion or charms, just because.
Charms would be cool too.
Why not? Let's see.
I will actually say, before you go on, one quote from the movie that was not in any of the books was when Snape comes in there and he's like, he's like, "Oh, I found you!" Like in the third movie, when he's like saying that he's going to turn everybody in and stuff, he pins down Sirius. He's like, "Snape, why don't you go back to your office and play with your chemistry set?" That was that was hilarious, but that wasn't in the books. But that was really funny. I will give it that.
Okay. What spell do you think would be the most useful to learn?
Oh. That's a toughie, man. So I want to say Imperio, the Imperious Curse, because then I just make people do shit for me.
Well, this person, which I kind of agree with them, it depends how you say it. Some people say Accio, some people say Asio.
Asio.
But Asio, just because, you never have to move again.
That's a good. I didn't think about that one. I was kind of thinking more with my asshole tendencies than I was with my actual brain. I can't. Whatever. I'd like to control people. Then you can just be like, Imperio, bring me a Pepsi. Or bring me a shrubbery.
And if you go off with the books, the one you would want to learn is Expelliarmus, because that's the only one they use ever.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, man.
Or, because Alohomora is used twice, maybe. I don't know. Which character would you think you'd become instantly friends with?
Probably Hermione, because I really like learning things and I really like, learning things. I don't know.
I would want to become friends with Draco, but I don't think we'd be friends right away.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be quicker friends with Neville.
Yeah.
Okay, if you could own one of the 3 Hollows, what would it be?
Any one of them?
Yes.
Well, I already have the Elder one, so I've got that one. So I guess the Invisibility Cloak. I don't really want the Resurrection Stone.
Yeah, that was the least useful one out of the 3, so I definitely use the wand.
Yeah.
Because what can you, I don't need to sneak around and be invisible all the time. I can just, zap everybody I need to.
Right. Now, the Resurrection Stone, I think, is very important when it comes to reuniting the Hallows, but as far as actual functionality, no.
Yeah. Is there any aspects of the books that you would want to change?
the fact that there's only 7, I wish that it can be an ongoing series where there's like 50 books. That'd be awesome.
I think because I'm a big Draco fan, I've already said that. More closure between them two.
Sure.
Where in the movie, like they looked at each other 19 years later and like didn't say anything, but like more closure for them, just so he's not like, hey, I was an asshole because of circumstance. I'm actually an okay person.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
Favorite Marauder? As do you have the Marauders map behind you?
Yes, I do have the Marauders map hanging up back there. I have the actual map too, but that's up at my dad's house. And my sister, she nailed it to the wall, and there's holes in it. I would serious. Yeah, serious.
I'm just gonna go Lupin and just go something different. And I think James is too much of a jerk.
James is kind of an asshole.
Well, so is Harry, not that there's anything wrong with that. I don't know. Lupin's better than James.
Yeah.
If you could bring one character back to life, who would it be?
Okay. See, here's the thing with that. That's not a fair question because I would bring all of them back to life except Boldy. But I don't know, man. There were so many good ones that died. Dobby didn't deserve to die because he was just trying to help Harry, and he just lived. Oh, okay. It wouldn't be fair to bring back Tonks or Lupin without the other one. Fred's death was just, it didn't have to happen. Fucking Hedwig didn't have to happen either. That one, oh my god, every time that part of the book comes up, I cry my freaking eyes out. Make me have to punch a wall so I can feel more manly or something. I'm going to say Dobby, because every time I watch that movie or I read that part in the book, I sob. I do not cry, I sob. And it's embarrassing, but I don't give a damn.
Okay, I'll say Fred just because I feel like it broke the Weasleys more than any of the other deaths. And that way, Fred and George can run their shop and Ron doesn't have to feel so obligated to help his brother out.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, and last question. Hollow or Horcruxes?
Horcruxes.
See, I want to go Hollows.
Really?
Because, I don't want to live forever. But if I had all the power and, invisibility cloak I need, then, I can do whatever.
Sure.
I don't need to live forever as long as I live a good life.
Sure, yeah. That's a
I don't need to kill myself to be like, oh, I'm going to put my soul into this penny and throw it in the bottom of the ocean and be fine.
Yeah. That'd be a good one, though. Just dump it over parts of the ocean. Why didn't Voldemort think of that? That would have been awesome. Instead of placing it, like, if you just think about it, you'll find out where the fuck he put everything. Yeah. Oh, my God. He was a moron. But very smart at the same time.
But, hey, that's the story, though.
That's the story. All right. Well, people, we got to get going. Both of our wives are wanting us to go be with them. So, Shane, if that's all you've got, that's all I've got.
Yep, that's all I got.
All right. Stay classy, San Diego. We'll see you next week.